Alright, yo, what up, YouTube? Sorry about that. Get Back to the Future. Alright, so what up? Alright, so I thought I'd do this review, an end of the week type of view. What's going on in the world of entertainment, movies, comic book movies, and so on. So yeah. So in terms of comic books and stuff, I mean, of course, we got The Dark Knight Rises on the way. A few more weeks for that, and also, a second here, looks like we have, where was this? We're on a comic book overload type of thing right now, where basically every type of comic book movie is being made. I mean, we got rumors now. I guess the rumors are somewhat back on track. I mean, Wonder Woman rumors. Alright, so DC now wants to do Wonder Woman. I mean, okay, for those who don't know, DC has been planning to do Wonder Woman for a while. Joss Whedon, who directed The Avengers, was attached to it, and due to conflicts with Warner Brothers, had to drop out. Now, Joss Whedon's idea for Wonder Woman was he wanted to set it during the World War II era, and he was going to create a brand new villain that was not from the comic book, something new for it, and he also was going to do the whole invisible plane. Now, for better or worse, it would have been interesting to see what Whedon was going to do, but the whole invisible plane, let me just say, you know, the problem with Wonder Woman, what a lot of people's ideas have been and why a movie doesn't work, is because Wonder Woman truly does not have a super enemy. She doesn't. There's no enemy that's a super threat, so you'd almost have to come up with something different or add something from a crossover type world. But now we have rumored that the Green Lantern writer is going to be writing the Wonder Woman movie. Oh my gosh, Warners, do you learn nothing? Have you learned nothing from Green Lantern? I mean, here you are, Green Lantern flop, you have a lot of people who criticized it, me included, a lot of us DC fans, and then you're going to hire the writer of that movie to write one of your most iconic superheroes? Come on, Warners. You got seriously. You know, this is why Warner Brothers has fallen so far behind DC. And I mean, of course, and then you have the Justice League. Warner Brothers announces now that a lot of people say Warner Brothers was going to do Justice League or only because the whole Avengers. For some people who don't know, the Justice League, Warner Brothers had planned to do a Justice League movie back in like 2000. I think it was six or earlier. But the reason they didn't was because of the writer's strike. So that kind of derailed their plans, and then that got shoved off, and then of course Batman became the huge success, and then Superman kind of tanked. But now things are like they're trying to get things back on track. The problem is here, from what I can tell, is they're already working on a Superman movie, and whatever Justice League movie they're going to do is going to be completely different actors and have nothing to do with the movies. Now, let me say this. If Superman is a huge success next summer, The Man of Steel, which I'm hoping it is, I mean, you got a lot of powerhouse people attached to it. I mean, you got Kevin Costner, Jonathan Kent in it, Diane Lane, Russell Crowe is Jor-El. I mean, you've got a strong cast. Jonathan Nolan, Goyer, there's the writers, Zack Snyder's the director. You got a strong cast there, and it should be a success as long as it's done properly. But here's the thing, doing a Justice League movie and their idea of having it separate, that means you basically would have two Supermans going on at once. You'd have a Justice League Superman and you'd have a Superman. That can kind of get confusing to the audience. I think some people would look at that and be like, okay, why am I watching this guy? Who is this guy playing Superman? And and then you expect me to go see this movie and this guy's playing Superman. See how that works? A little confusing there. And I think now a lot of people say Justice League can't work. Let me just say this is going to probably be a two-part video because I got a lot more to talk about. Let me just say, the Justice League can work. It can work as a movie. You know what? There's a lot of supervillains that the Justice League have fought that could work proper with a movie. I mean, here's the thing. In all honesty, and all things put aside, some of you Marvel fanboys who have who said it's silly and won't work. You can't tell me that people don't, and you say nobody wants to see it, because that's bullshit. There are a lot of people out there who would love to see a Justice League movie, who would love to see Batman, Superman, Flash, Wonder Woman. They'd love to see them team up and all fight together. I mean, I would love to see it if it was done well, and it could be a big success as long as Warner Brothers knows how to do it well. And that's the problem, is they don't know how to handle the material. Marvel has been kicking ass and taking names since 2008. Outside of The Dark Knight, DC has had nothing and has had no way to get any of their movies off the ground. And it's really kind of getting it's really annoying and frustrating in some ways, being a DC fan. But I mean, we got next year, Iron Man 3. Looking forward to that, even though it's got a new director, Shane Black. I don't know much about him as a director. We'll see how it turns out. Hopefully Iron Man 3 doesn't adapt the X-Men 3 and Spider-Man 3 Marvel curse, and hopefully Iron Man 3 turns out really great. Also, Thor 2 is set for next year, I think in sometime around November. I think right now it's November of next year, which is a really weird release date for a comic book movie. I mean, I guess next summer is kind of crowded already, so I guess Disney Marvel had to figure out a date, which I'm guessing the reason why it's going to come out next year, and there's rumors of Captain, I think they might pump all three of them out in the same year because they want to get the tie-ins going so they can get ready for the next Justice League movie, which I'm guessing will probably be in 2014 or 15. I'm guessing 2014. I'm going to just throw that into my hat just because there's rumors of a Hulk movie in 2015, and I think Justice League 2 will come before that. Alright, and let's see, other news. Other comic book news. Green Lantern. Warner Brothers has finally admitted to us all, even though we've all known this, Green Lantern was a flop. You know, Warner Brothers, we could have told you that before. You didn't have to keep going on. Oh, it was a success. We're pretty happy. No, you weren't happy. When you spend $250 million on a movie and you get a return gross of $350 million, you're not happy because your movie you didn't make any of that money back. You lost a lot on it. And from what I heard, Warner Brothers did lose a great amount on that. But now check this out. So the first thing that comes out of mind, they set up that ending with Celestial becoming sister. And guess what? Reboot. That's right. Warner Brothers has said, we want to reboot Green Lantern. Okay. And are we supposed to be excited about that? I mean, we just saw a freaking Green Lantern movie. So now you want us to get excited for another Green Lantern movie with a whole new cast. And I mean, like, Warners, stop. Stop now. What are you going to reboot it for 2014? So basically, what, 2 years apart, you do one movie and then it fails. 2 years later, hey, reboot it. Guess what? It will fail again. Because that's way too close. Also, if you're going to do a Green Lantern reboot, when you decide to do it, or if they're going to do it, they might as well just go with the Jon Stewart character instead of Howard Jordan. In all honesty, you might as well go for it. I mean, personally, see, here's the thing with like the whole black superheroes. This is where it worked because a lot of people, including me, know the Green Lantern character Jon Stewart, and it can work perfectly. Also, there's been rumors of a lot of people said the best person who they think should play is crap, I can't pronounce his name, but he was captain in the Prometheus, and he plays Hadir in Thor. I thought of that, and I looked at I think it's like Ice Umbers, something like that. That's a good role. He's got the swag and he's got the charisma to definitely pull off the character. So that, I think that's a decent choice. But yeah, Green Lantern reboot. No. Don't bother with the Warners unless you're going to actually do it proper this time. What else? What we got? Trying to think what else. Oh yeah. Well, actually, first of all, we're going to split this into two parts because I'm going to definitely go over the time limit for YouTube. So I'm going to cut this and then I'm going to pick up right where I left off.